If I could go back and give my younger self one piece of advice, it wouldn't be about business. It wouldn't be about money. It would be getting serious, but really serious about fitness. But why that? Because in the recent years, fitness improved every area of my life. Not just my body, but my mind, everything. Look, guys, most people see fitness as something optional, something that they do for looking better, something that they do for some if they want to get abs. But I think that the previous one is one of the biggest misconceptions that the people might have, because the biggest benefits of fitness have nothing to do with appearance. The biggest benefits are the ones that show up in every area of your life, and I want to share my personal opinion with that. So, the first one is that fitness gives you more energy. Most people they want more focus, more productivity, more motivation, but they completely ignore the thing that fuels all of that. That is energy. Think about that, guys. If you are constantly tired, everything becomes really hard. Working, learning, socializing. But fitness increases your physical and mental energy. And when your energy improves, also your performance improves. I noticed this in a really direct way. After a long period where I wasn't training as much as I should, my energy levels were completely different. I felt more tired during the day, less focused, less even sharp in conversations, and especially in etiquette closing. I'm an etiquette closer. I could really feel it because really in sales, especially, you need the presence, you need energy, you need mental clarity. And when I wasn't training properly, I wasn't showing up at my best. But when I got back into consistent training, everything changed. I had more energy throughout the day. I could think faster on calls, handling objections. I was even more confident speaking with clients, and I could feel that I could probably feel that my overall performance improved without forcing anything else. It didn't. The performance increased not because I was learning more scripts or I was watching more videos. I was focusing actually only on my frequency and on my energy. And that energy, as I told you before, started in the gym. So, moving to point two, fitness builds confidence. One of the biggest changes that I noticed, as I told you before, it wasn't physical. It was really, it was psychological. People think that confidence comes from positive thinking. I don't think that confidence comes from thinking, but from evidence. Evidence that you can trust yourself. And every workout that every time you train, that becomes evidence. Every time that you show up, every time that you train, every time that you keep a promise to yourself. In that way, you build self trust. And self trust at that point becomes confidence. And guys, you start even seeing that in the real life. Even when you look at yourself in the mirror and you notice progress. for example, in my case, when my body was getting leaner and leaner, you start liking what you see, not because you became someone else. Maybe yes, in the progress, but I mean, with the same values. That is my point. But because you finally become someone that you can trust, you can trust. So moving to point 3, fitness also develops emotional intelligence, and this is something that most people never talk about. One of the best ways, in my opinion, to develop emotional intelligence is fitness. Not because lifting weights magically changes your personality, but because fitness, the gym, teaches you how to manage your emotions. Let me explain so that I can be clearer. I've been training, for example, since I was 14 years old, and honestly, many of the lessons that helped me later in life started in the gym. But when, for example, I went to university, I stopped training consistently. Why that? Just because I want to save some money. I was in a different city. I was partying, so I didn't feel fitness as important. And I mean, it seemed not in a smart decision, but I think I can skip that. But with the passing years, I just look now that I couldn't have been more wrong, because fitness wasn't helping my body, it was also helping my mind. Because when I removed it from life, as the months passed, I gained weight, my energy dropped, my confidence decreased. I felt worse physically and also mentally, because I was not putting much attention on my body. And at that point, I realized that fitness had been giving me something much more valuable than a better physique. It was giving me structure, it was giving me discipline, and also, and I would say even most importantly, it was helping me manage my emotions. Because in that period of life when I was at university, I could feel fear, stress, uncertainty about exams or doubts, and when I felt that moments, I would eat. Not because I was angry, but because I wanted relief, and I wasn't noticing that. The food became an escape. Whenever I felt overwhelmed about the future, about exams, when I felt that pressure, whenever I felt anxious, I would do that habit. I would look for comfort. And for example, for me, food was one of those comforts. And at that point, I realized something really important, that emotion wasn't the problem. The problem was my reaction. Fear is normal, doubt is normal, stress is normal. Every ambitious person that, for example, wants to start a business or wants to do something more, they feel those emotions. The difference is how you respond to them. And fitness helped me develop that type of response, because every day it forced me to make decisions, train when I didn't feel like training, eat properly. That was my biggest point. So not skipping the diet. Sorry, I'm recording. Yes. Um, so stay consistent when the motivation disappeared. eat properly when I wanted to eat, for example, some sweets or cakes. And I'm really thankful even for that experience because it teach me something important. That feeling something doesn't mean that you have to act on it. Today, for example, when I feel fear or uncertainty, I don't immediately try to escape it. I recognize it, I accept it, and I have a positive conversation with myself. I tell myself, of course, that, for example, you are feeling fear, you're trying to grow, you're trying to build something meaningful. You are stepping into the unknown. This is normal. So, at that point, I move forward anyways when I have a positive dialogue with myself. And that is the emotional intelligence. Not becoming emotionless, not eliminating fear, but learning how to experience emotions without letting them control your actions. That's the most important thing. So fitness, in this case, became one of the biggest teachers of that lesson. That's why I believe fitness doesn't just build your body. It builds the foundation of every area of your life. Another point that I want to make is that fitness raises your standards. Once you start taking care of your body, you naturally start wanting more from your life, from yourself and from the life. You become more conscious about what you eat, how you spend your time, who you spend time with, how you treat yourself. The standards that you build in the gym starts really spreading into the rest of your life. The relationship also the same thing. You are not going to settle for less that you want. And finally, guys, one of the hardest parts of improving your life is getting momentum, and the fitness really helps create that. Because every workout is a small win. Every healthy meal is a small win. Every week of consistency is a small win, and those wins build momentum. And when you feel like that you are winning in one area, it's really easier to start winning in others. It happened even with the sales, as I was telling you before. So guys, if you're serious about changing your life, don't keep postponing it. Start taking action today. Not tomorrow, but today. The longer you wait, the harder it gets to change. So there is a link in the description to my Instagram. So if you want to message me and start working with me, you can send me a message. We are going to figure out if I can genuinely help, and we can agree with all the rest. Let's go.